Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Ali Asnan again with you people at Scientavian, and today's topic is very relevant to our entry test contents. Is the use of articles. Not that tough, but somehow we tend to ignore as to how to prepare that effectively. So what I have done is that I have gone through systematically almost each and everything pertaining to this debate. We would discuss all areas where we need to use that and the areas where we should not use that. And if you keep practicing on the pattern and if you remember the areas that I point out, you would have no difficulty whatsoever in handling this particular domain. Let's begin. Articles, gentlemen, are three in appearance. One is a, then an, and then the. This first chunk is called indefinite article. This one is a definite article. Why do I have to revise the very basics? Because the use at times confuses people. Remember, this indefinite article normally is used for nouns such as singular and count as well. Singular count nouns take indefinite article before them. Like I say, a doctor. Once you understand that a boy, let me mention some more, a girl. See, it could be any doctor, any boy, any girl. That's why we call it indefinite article. We don't specify the individual. Now, an is also an indefinite article, but the difference actually is that this particular thing is sound dependent. When I say sound dependent, normally what you have heard is A, E, I, O, U are the vowels, and there is this likelihood that at times you just begin with a noun which starts with any of the 5 vowels. That's not the case. Actually, you are not to do that. It's essentially not the vowel words, it's the vowel sound. Wherever you get a vowel sound, obviously, then if it is a singular count noun, you require an. Apparently, I give you some contrast, like university. The very word has begun with a vowel, but the sound it creates in Urdu, it is ya sound. So you won't say an university, you would say a university. Unicorn, or for that matter, a European. See this one, a useful article. Actually, the singular count noun is this one. We have used an adjective with it. This article is essentially meant for the singular count noun, but the sound that comes before this article, before this noun, being consonant sound, again, we have used a useful article. If this sound had been vowel sound, we would have gone for an. So even adjectives in terms of, like I use one, an honest man. So this an is basically affected by the sound produced by this adjective. And this sound is actually alif or al-mada in Urdu, a sound. That is the vowel sound, a. So that's why we, instead of saying a honest man, we have gone for an honest man. So remember, your indefinite article is used before a common noun in singular capacity, and the choice between a and an is actually related to the sound produced by that noun or the adjective used before that noun. If that is a consonant sound, you have to go for A. If that is a vowel sound, then you choose an. To give you some examples of an, like if there is an acronym, here comes a vocab word, acronym. Do you know what is meant by that? You have heard of the abbreviation. I'm poor at spellings, I tell you, but that's not my domain anymore. You need to be good at it. Well, anyways, abbreviation and acronym, two words used for short forms. Do you know the difference between the two? Let's learn this vocab then. One is when you abridge a word, like I say dog, or just this much, docked. That stands for doctor. This is an abbreviation. When I say LLB, I have used alphabets to represent certain words. Like I say MA or WAPADA. What am I doing? Picking initial alphabet to represent words, water and power, development authority. So where you pick up initial word, initial alphabet for a word, that is called acronym, where you sort of make a brief form of any word, like sis for sister. That is an abbreviation. An abbreviation, an acronym. In singular capacity, you would use an here. To give you some more examples, he waited for an hour. Now apparently this H is a consonant, but I have used this an because the sound it produces is vowel sound. So an R, an honest man, an MA, an LLB. So you understand essentially where to use a or an. Two simple points. One, the indefinite article before singular count noun. When I say count noun, it should be put in to plural form. If you cannot pluralize it, that means it's not a count noun. So essentially when you see it in a singular form, you require this usage, a or an. And a or an, the choice is dependent on the sound. We are done so much. Let's to this extent. Students, this definite article the is at times tricky to be rightly used. Today, I'm sure the way you keep listening to this talk, if you do the same, by the end of this lecture, you would have no confusion on the right use of this definite article, the. The is basically, by the way, another thing. Have you heard at times the newscasters, they say, this is the end of the news. Why do they say at times the, at times the? Someone of you knows it. Anyways, let me tell you, when the next word, see how conscious these English people are in the use of their vocab and their words. They do think before they speak. When I say the end of the news, you can see what is happening here. This was a vowel sound, and that's why the pronunciation went as the. And this was a consonant sound, that's why the pronunciation went as the. That was just to give you some bit of information apart from this right use in general, sound based and pronunciation based. Getting back to the main point, that your use of definite article is done on many accounts. Let's learn those. Like when you have to talk about a particular person, or for that matter, somebody who is being referred to again, like for the second time in the course of that talk. So one already referred to. You use definite article the. Like if I say, this person could be even a thing. When I say the boy came back again, what I actually am suggesting through this use, though this was a singular noun and count noun too, our previous understanding tells us to use a. Why have we gone for the? Because this boy we are already familiar with. So the boy. The book you want is out of print. Now why not a book? Though singular use permits use of a as well, but our right use is the, because it is the very book that we want that is out of print. So we are already familiar with the thing or with the person. So that's why a particular person or one already referred to, whenever you have to mention them, you use this. Like typical example, let's go to the park. Though we may say let's go to a park, but when we say the park, there is no error whatsoever. Don't consider it that why the, because it is understood that this park is in that vicinity and the reference is very clear. So let's go to the park. That is like one understood or one which is known to the people. This is basically how you use definite article in the first place. Particular person, one already referred to. Then there is this use when you have like singular noun that represents the whole class. This area we have already covered in the subject-verb agreement. Just a quick review of it, that when you use some singular noun to represent the class, like I say cow, I use definite article with it, the. Now this is singular noun, and this use of definite article has made it represent its entire species. The cow has 4 legs. It doesn't mean that some have and some don't have 4 legs. It's like representing the entire class. Again, if I say the camel harbors malice. Camel singular noun with that definite article, you should understand that now we are talking about the entire class of camels, and all camels have grudge in them. This is idiomatic, I'm not sure though. The point is, previously we understood how the verb should be used with it. As a subject, it is a singular subject, but the use of article has made it evident for us that it represents the entire class. Though in this context I told you that with man or woman, normally we don't use article. Man is a clever creature, going against myself, maybe. Woman is loyal in our part of the world. So see, even if we are specifying the place where woman is this type, even then we are not using definite article here. Because with human beings, when you are representing the entire class, you don't use article. But with animals, and for that matter plant kingdom, like The rose smells sweet. We have used this definite article with singular count noun in order to represent the entire class of roses. So the rose smells sweet means all roses smell sweet. So you see, when we talk about definite article, the usage permits its variety of use. Like singular, I gave you the sentence, the book you want is out of print. Then plural structure, the books are mostly on religious studies. And here is mentioned non-count noun. Apparently these articles do have the function of counting things. Like when I say an apple, that means one apple. When I say, let's say, a boy, that means one boy. So there is this numerical sense too. But non-count noun has like two usages. One, general sense, like material noun, we take the milk. Normally material nouns don't take definite article. We would learn that separately. But a specific sense, when you are implying with reference to any non-count noun, you can use this definite article. If I say the milk I bought from nearest market, now I am specifying the quantity of that milk with reference to this definite article. This usage is permitted. Now I am giving you a list of those different areas where every time you see any of those nouns belonging to those domains, you necessarily require definite article before them. Let's systematically begin with those areas. Let's say a general category of some proper nouns. Normally you have heard that articles should not be used before proper nouns. Names, certain that I would point out in terms of A, B, C, D categories, there you require this use. So learn them separately. It would do a world of good to you. Let's say initially A, oceans, and for that matter even seas. We are not talking about them in general. We are talking about their proper names. Let's say the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, or any other ocean that you have in your mind. If it comes to, let's say, some sea, let's say the Black Sea. So see what we have done. We have used definite article before names of oceans and names of seas. And then you have like a category of rivers. All names of rivers should necessarily be preceded by definite article. Wherever they are. So if I say the Jhelum to an English speaking individual, it automatically means river, because this proper noun normally should not take definite article before it. If it is taking it, that means it is some kind of river or ocean, or because oceans everybody is familiar with, so understood labeling would be river. You know many rivers in Pakistan, let's say the Ravi, the Sutlej, etc. Then you have a category of canals. All canals, when you name them, you need definite article before them. Like the Suez Canal and other canals. Then you have deserts. Before names of all deserts, you need to put definite article. If your examiner is not placing it there, you should understand that to be the error. Or if there are 4 sentences and only one has done this, go for that unless there is some other error. And if there is some other error, that means there would be another sentence beginning with definite article to refer to some canal or desert. So talking about the Sahara Desert, and just saying Sahara, the Sahara means desert. In Pakistan you have Thar, Thal, some other deserts that you can refer to, but by use of definite article before that. Moving on, groups of islands. Whenever any chunk or group is pointed out in terms of a country, you use this article before that. The West Indies, etc. And let's say mountain ranges. All mountain ranges should have this definite article before them. Talk about some. In Pakistan, the Himalayas. Are they in Pakistan? Of course. Then you have the Karakoram. You require this definite article before names of certain countries. Countries, otherwise is a proper noun. Any naming word like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Dubai, you don't use article before that. When I say certain, that means there are some countries that take definite article before them. Essentially, you need to watch for two words. One, republic. Apart from republic, the other expression that you see before countries where you require use of definite article is kingdom. And even the word united, where this occurs, you use definite article before them. Just to name even Pakistan, normally we don't say the Pakistan, but if we use this word republic in the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, then you require definite article before it. Kingdom, like let's say the UK, United Kingdom, the USA, the United States of America. Then you have the Republic of Congo, or republic, any republic that you mention in this context. Let's say the Irish Republic. So see, normally proper nouns should not be preceded by this definite article, but in such cases there is this exemption, and not just exemption, requirement actually, that you should add definite article before them. Actually, this would serve us better. I've given you the entire list where definite article is required. Some being reviewed: oceans and seas. I told you the Pacific, the Atlantic, the Black Sea. Rivers: the Satluj, the Ravi, the Jhelum. Canals: the Suez Canal. Deserts: the Sahara Desert, the Thar, the Thal. Groups of islands: the West Indies. Mountain ranges. Here you must remember, we are talking about ranges, not individual peaks. So with K2 you won't use the K2. With ranges, yes, the Himalayas, the Hindu Kush, you require definite article before them. Names of countries, not with all. Only the countries, as I told you, that have either the word republic in them or the word kingdom or the expression united. So whichever country uses this, the Republic of China, but if you simply refer to China, China without article. Kingdom, the United Kingdom, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So when kingdom is used there, definite article must be there. United, yes, wherever you have this word, the United States of America, the United Arab Emirates, you require definite article before that. Now, moving on, we have names of holy books, and not just holy books, certain classic books even, they take before them definite article. Preferably you learn this with reference to holy books, like the Holy Quran. We cannot use it just in terms of Quran. And they say it should also be capitalized. The Bible, any holy book, the Zabur, the Injil, and then classic books like the Iliads, the Homers work. So before names of holy books. See this, things unique of their kind. Now, one of its type, wherever. I give you a simple solution to this learning. That is basically anything that pertains to our planet Earth from nature. If you refer to that, you use definite article before that, like the sun, the moon, the earth. That's why the river. And see, we don't say the Mars, because Mars doesn't have anything directly to do with planet Earth. So that is unique, and still it has an effect over us. And for that matter, even unique names such as the Atlantic, that is river wise. Let's say, what is the name of that ship, romanticized? The Titanic. So we would use definite article before that. So remember this thing only, unique things, one of their type. Nothing of that kind is replicating that. There you always use definite article before that. Moving to the next category, proper nouns qualified by an adjective. Otherwise, nouns should not take definite article. Proper nouns should not take definite article before them. If I am Ali, you don't say the Ali. But if you have to say the great Ali, then you can obviously, I am humbled by such appreciation always, no problem. The immortal Shakespeare. Why are we referring to foreigners? Let's stick to our classic adjectival structure of our national hero, the Quaid-e-Azam. You can even refer to his name here by just saying this much. This being a superlative degree, we require this. But even if we say the Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the usage is correct. Without this article, it would be incorrect. So any name which is preceded by any adjective, you need this definite article before that. Now, referring to this next category, superlatives. You know, adjectives have 3 degrees: positive, comparative, and superlative. Wherever you are referring to any superlative degree, like, again, I think of myself, that's bad on my part. Let's think of you, the best students. This structure is taking this article by virtue of this superlative degree. So wherever there is superlative degree of adjective, you need to imply definite article, the there. The most beautiful area, the highly skilled people. So superlative degrees require this definite article before them. Talking about these ordinals, in adjectives you have heard of 2 numbers, one cardinal and the other ordinal. Cardinal is normal counting, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Ordinal is position wise, order wise counting, like first, second, third, and so on. When I say so on, till last. See what the rule states here, that definite article should be inserted before ordinals. So we cannot say first movie I watched. No, the first movie. the second episode, the third, let's not say World War, let's say the third appearance. So every time we are using any of the ordinals, we require definite article before that. Before this, if there is this use like the two wars, this is referring to the wars actually. If we have to refer to the Second World War, there are only two ways to communicate that. Through ordinal number, the Second World War or World War II. This is how we use any, this two can even be written, World War II, no problem. Ordinal numbers are preceded, like they occur before the noun and they require definite article before them. Wherever you see any ordinal numbers, don't make the mistake of not using definite article, or look for error in this area if ever there is one. Our next category demands use of definite article before musical instruments. This should not be tough in identifying musical instruments, let's say flute, piano, harmonium. I just know these many. You are more musical than I am, so find some more, but just remember, they cannot be used without article. The flute is played by my friend. The piano has sweet tones. The harmonium has gone non-existent maybe. So every time you use any name of any musical instrument, this should have definite article before it. Moving on, before adjectives, when noun is understood. We have talked about this particular category in our subject-verb agreement. Just to refresh your memories, let me tell you again. When I say the poor, now noun is understood, poor man, the poor people. We use definite article before this adjective to represent the whole class as well. And I told you that the verb used should be of plural kind. The poor are in trouble because of COVID-19. So this means all poor, everywhere. We don't need the noun here because it is understood. You can do, by the way, the same formula can be applied to any adjective, like the bold or the, let's say, stupid. So you are clear on that already, because any adjective, when it is preceded by a definite article, it represents the entire class. The only understanding that you need to have in your mind is that the use of verb, that should be in plural form. The poor are in trouble. The rich are enjoying themselves. The beautiful are proud. So every time you use the with any adjective, that represents the class. But that can be done, no issue. Then you have a use of definite article that makes a common noun appear as a superlative, like the prominent one. It's like specifying or forcing it in the superlative category. If I say the verb is the word that matters the most. I've used definite articles at different places, but here this verb's common noun in singular capacity is taking definite article to give it the force of a superlative, and is the word because we already understand this to be again important, and specifying this being superlative degree already, we require definite article there. So it can be done that before nouns to give force of superlatives, you employ definite article. This last of the categories where you require definite article, in any case, this is not actually an article. When I use it in this context, it becomes an adverb. And you require this word the on both hands. Like we say, the higher we go, the cooler it gets. Or the more, the merrier. What is happening here? See, this is an adjective in its comparative degree. Any word that tells you more about an adjective is an adverb. So let's not call it an article, but its use is a must here in that adverbial form. You can't simply say, higher we go, cooler it gets. That would be faulty structure actually. What we need to say is, the higher we go. Why? Because how much higher? The higher. It's a reference to a point. So adverbial usage of definite article can be done, and whenever you get any structure where such comparative forms are being used, you have to see on this account whether adverbial sense of article or the is there or not. So your error would be spotted there. Or if it is a blank where you have to fill in the right word, you must know. It could be any of the patterns of sort of assessment, like it could be 4 sentences, one containing flawless structure, and that would be with definite article. It could be paired sentences, or it could be straight away sentence completion. Whatever the method, these rules, if you know them, you are on safe footing. If you don't, you are on shaky grounds. And I don't expect you to be on shaky grounds anymore, because we are trying to give you exhaustive study of every domain. And if you simply pay attention and practice a bit, and then attempt the test that I assigned you, and then again keep searching different mode. From this I recollect that this data that I am using is essentially from High School English Grammar again. It's page 34. For your self-preparation, it would be an ideal book. There are exercises attached to it. Do study that if you literally want to be confident on the actual day. Now, next what we have to discuss is a use of indefinite article. And for that, I would, on this pattern, tell you where a and an are used. Let's move towards that. So, dear students, the way we have seen where definite article the should be used, we need to see where a and an should be used. Once we understand that, then we would move towards where articles should not be used, and that way we would have a proper understanding of this domain. You know, indefinite article a and an, they need to be used in terms of certain areas that you have to understand, like numerical sense. I told you, if I say I met a boy, I ate an apple. He ये रोकना यार. Okay. Indefinite article, they are used in numerical sense. When I say a word to the wise is sufficient, what I actually mean is one word. So this is its actual numerical sense, where you require use of indefinite article. See this, we have already understood this. Wise is an adjective, noun is understood, the definite article representing the whole class. But right now we are concerned with the indefinite use of word a whereby we are counting things. Now next, vague sense of a certain. There you use this article a or an. Like if I say certain, proper noun it would be, let's say, what is your name? Bilal. Okay. Bilal called yesterday. If I say Bilal called yesterday, that means I know who Bilal is. When I say Bilal, I am referring to the individual whose name I'm given already, and this sense is not wrong. It actually implies that I don't know the person myself. Normally it is used by menfolk, especially when they get a phone call, and that seems somewhat fascinating, and they get into interaction with that individual on the other side. All of a sudden wife appears there and she asks, who is this online? And you say, Salma called, as if you don't know. So that vague sense of a certain is likely use of indefinite article. This is our second aspect. Then an area that you need to understand in detail, that is when you make a common noun into a proper noun. So common noun into proper noun. There is this quotation, a Daniel came to judgment. With regard to any individual who is reckoned as a wise person, when he suffers or he falls, you use this idiomatic expression. That means that wise person has had his fall. So a Daniel means a wise person came to judgment, has realized the consequences of his actions. In our politics, many Daniels come to their judgment, though it takes time. So from this mania and these kinds of expression, I gather that there are certain areas that you need to be very clear on while using this indefinite article. Watch the usage here in terms of these expressions. These three mean three different things, and your examiner may include a kind of context that demands only one of the three expressions. Like little actually has a negative force. It means not much. Remember, when I say much, that means this quantifier little has to occur before a non-count noun. Like the noun that cannot be pluralized. If I say there was little water in the jug, I mean to imply that not much. Now, if your examiner says that there was little water in the jug and then gives you a relative clause, which was enough to quench my thirst, that would be faulty now, because something has to be there to enable you to quench your thirst. If there is not much, how can that do some positive thing? So this negative version is the problem in such expressions where some quantity is required. This a little is positive, but it is not like let's say this is not much, this is not any, this is not much, though definitely some. See, if there is some, you would say there is a little water in the jug. A little sport and I can pull along. A little attention, I'm not expecting much, but whatever little attention you pay, that would be good enough. So a little means giving some bit, having some quantity, and then talking with reference to that. When I say the little, this takes into account the entire quantity, like the total of it. If this be the jug and this the water level there, this is almost half. Let's make it a bit less. Now, referring to this, the little water, this is the usage that we required in that first sentence. The little water in the jug was enough to quench my thirst. So there is definitely some. It is not much. We are talking about the entire quantity thereby, and that entire quantity, despite being low, was sufficient enough to perform a task. So when we talk in terms of the definite article and plus little, we mean to suggest the total amount or total quantity. When we say a little, that means only highlighting its less quantity. When we say without article little, that means to point out negativity of that thing. I have little acquaintance with him, that means not any. I have a little acquaintance with him, that means definitely a bit. The little acquaintance I have with him will help me get this job done. So in that case, we are using definitely some acquaintance ka concept. Now, it's exactly the same when we talk in terms of few, a few, and the few. The only difference is that this quantifier is used before count nouns, and whereas this was before non-count nouns. When I say count nouns, like you cannot say, it would be a wrong sentence if I say, the comparative form of this is less and least, little, less, least. There is another expression, little, lesser and least. That lesser has a separate shade of meanings. We will talk about that separately when we discuss about adjectives maybe. Right now, what I'm telling you is, if I make a sentence of the kind, less number of students are good at this concept. I have thereby made a mistake here. I'm using a noun which is in plural form, that means count noun. I'm using a quantifier that is talking about its number, that is again count, but here the quantifier I have used is not talking about number, instead quantity, which in this case should not be the structure. So fewer number of, the comparative degree of few, which is the point to share, that before count nouns you have these expressions, before non-count nouns you have these expressions. You have to watch for this too. So fewer number of students are good at this concept. The fewer number of students who are good at this concept will do well in their exams. So hopefully you have understood this concept, few, a few, the few, on this pattern. This is negative, this is not many, This is the total number. So if you are talking in terms of no trees on either side of the road, you would say few trees are seen on either side of the road on motorway. When you are talking about definitely some but not many, you would say a few trees can be seen on either side of the motorway. When you talk in terms of the total number and not many impact to be created, you would say the few trees on the either side of the motorway are not shady. So there are not many, and then again that which are found there are not shady enough to give you a proper resting place maybe. So this is how you have to see in a given sentence the context involved, if it is positive or if it is talking about the entire number or quantity, or it is talking about its being less or not many concept, and handle accordingly. Here I open another debate with reference to this use of article. One expression that you come across is a number of, and then another expression that is the number of. This is with definite article, this is with indefinite article. They mean different things. Remember always, I have written a sentence here that has posed a problem here. The right use of verb is an issue with reference to this expression. Some say over the past few years there have been a growing number of both peaceful and violent protests, and some say over the past few years there has been a growing number of both peaceful and violent protests. So the issue is very much there unless you know the rule. The rule states that this expression with article A and this number of, and then irrespective of what noun comes afterwards, has to be treated as plural. Whereas with definite article, this is always singular. Here this expression, the number of, is for comparisons. This generally tells you in terms of these meanings: many, lot of, or lots of. So it is easy for you to understand in a given structure how the verb should be used or what this means. This word itself, number being singular, confuses people. But remember, the very expression means many. So see this sentence, over the past few years, this is the problem area, but let's see the expression, a number of. So this means, like, we can replace it, over the past few years there dash been many peaceful and violent protests. That means our verb had to be according to this one. Over the past few years, there have been a growing number of both peaceful and violent protests. This is generally stating some plural number. Whereas when I say something here, like the number of students, let's say the number of female students is greater than male students. See this expression is. Why? Because the number of is a singular concept, and thereby it should be followed by a singular verb. The number of books on Islam is, like, the number, we don't say or, the number of books on Islam is, so you see comparison is involved here. The number of female students is greater than male students. You are basically implying through this expression the number of, which is not a quantifier, it is basically a singular subject that you imply for doing comparative study of different trends. The number of accidents has decreased over the years. So why are we using singular verb? Because the number expression. A number of accidents are owing to rash driving. So a number being subject, we are using plural verb. This needs to be in your mind, that the difference in terms of this being plural and this being singular. On the same pattern, this expression, a majority, then the majority, and then the majority of. This is also with of. The majority could occur without of expression. You have with of expression and then noun structure as well. This is a bit confusing for many. Let's try to understand the fundamentals that work behind these concepts. The majority itself is a singular concept. The way you have heard, the majority is always right. So we are treating this, when it is without of expression, as singular. However, on the pattern of a number, this a majority is again plural. A majority of, a plural concept. A majority of students have boycotted classes. This is the problem actually. The majority at times by some English speakers with of expression is also treated as singular and at times as plural. I would rather suggest, as per the opinion of जो grammarians हैं, you should treat it as plural. So the majority of students are absent. Don't go for this as a singular. However, this itself is always singular. So hopefully clear on these three expressions. Understanding this indefinite article and its different shades, we move on to expressions that involve any of these three: kind, type, sort. Your examiners are keen on creating errors by implying these expressions because they are subtle to be located. Now that you are listening to it, minded that you have to learn, then you would have no trouble finding such troubles in your written expression. See, these three involve of expression: kind of, type of, sort of. Now, if your pronoun here is singular, you have to make sure that this expression is also singular. This kind of and the noun that you use here should also be singular. This kind of book is rare to find. Verb also singular. On the other hand, if pronoun goes plural, these, then this expression also goes plural. These types of, and the noun goes plural too. These types of books, and the verb plural as well. These types of books are, let's say, non-existent. So plural, plural, plural form, and plural structure here. But make sure that this should only be plural where there is a count noun. If instead you have an expression like that has this word evidence, you don't have evidences as a plural form for this structure. So your preferable version is only this. This sort of evidence is valid. By virtue of this noun being non-count, you are forced to take this choice. If instead you say these sorts of, no, you cannot put this into plural form and you retain it as such, these sorts of evidence. Now this demands plural verb, and you have this noun that demands singular verb, and you have trouble in the structure. So stick to the same standard pattern. From out of 4 statements, there would definitely be one based on these rules. And if it is like sentence completion, you have to watch these key areas. How has he used them? There is another problem attached to it. That is with regard to this indefinite article. See, this kind, type, sort also are doing those functions that indefinite article does in terms of numerical number. Like let's say, if I say this sort of a job is difficult to find. Can you point out the error I have committed here in this structure? You see, like checklist, this and sort, so find, of, find, singular noun, find, verb singular, find. Apparently there seems no error, but there is one, and you have always to keep your eyes open for that kind of an error. Here lies the error. When you have used this sort, this means one of its kind. You are again using a job. Though common noun in singular capacity does require indefinite article, but not in these expressions. So without article, this sort of job is difficult to find. This sort of chair is difficult to sit in. This sort of individual is tough to communicate with. So every time sort, type, kind, any of these expressions are there in their singular structures, this indefinite article should not precede a singular common noun. If there are no such expressions, then obviously you are duty bound to make the use of indefinite article. See this sentence. I have a black and a white dog. This expression, I have a black and a white dog, has this indefinite article here and an indefinite article there. Problem is that that means something different from stating I have a black and white dog. This time I did not use article here. With reference to our previous understanding on subject-verb agreement, when this article is not repeated, that simply means this and this is one dog with 2 shades, 2 colors. Whereas when you have separate article-wise expressions, that means you have 2 dogs, one is black and the other is white. So every time you have any such expression, he is a treasurer and a secretary. You know, I have committed an error here of using this indefinite article there, because this is one individual who is both these things. So our second expression should occur without article. The treasurer and the secretary are leaving their offices. The treasurer and secretary is leaving his, you can even say his or her, his office. So this is what you already know. Again, when you are comparing two things, this indefinite article does change the sense of a sentence. If I say he is a better mechanic than a clerk, this is different from saying he is a better mechanic than clerk. See, one time I used indefinite article here, the second time I did not. But in the first structure, you have like article on both sentences. When I say he is a better mechanic than a clerk, this means one individual who is a mechanic is being compared with another individual who is a clerk and who wants to perform as a mechanic, and this is being established that he is superior to him. Whereas once we go for this structure with no article in comparative structure, that means the individual does two things and he is better at this work. So he is a better mechanic than clerk. He is not that good a clerk, he is much better a mechanic. So you need to see what context is involved there and how he wants to use your indefinite article there. Dear students, I have written everything before you where articles should not be used, and just a quick glance and getting to know for sure, then review on your own from high school English grammar, please. Omission of the article. See the first category that says before names of substances and abstract nouns. That means non-count nouns. Generally speaking, you should have a broad concept that articles are used before count nouns. And in this case, knowing the exceptions, you would know what to do. Uncountable nouns, when they are used in general sense, I have already told you in specific sense, you can always use definite article or indefinite article with preferably definite article. Let's understand through examples. Sugar being abstract noun, material noun, and you cannot put it into plural form. We are saying that sugar is costly these days. We cannot say the sugar is, because this is a general sense. So in general sense, whenever they are being used, substances and abstract nouns, no article please. Honesty is the best policy. You have already heard of this and you are familiar with this notion. Honesty being an abstract noun, no article before it. However, exception. See, when followed by adjective or adjective phrase, then it becomes like specifying that particular thing, be it a substance or non-count noun. It can be done. Like the example states, the wisdom of Solomon, Hazrat Solomon, is great. So now this wisdom is being specified. It's not the general sense of wisdom. Wisdom is needed to handle troublesome issues without article. The wisdom of Sir Ali is required to handle troublesome issues. Now you are specifying. So when you specify, there is this permission. When in general sense they are used, without article please. Moving to the second category. Before plural countable nouns used in general sense. See, any count noun when it has plural form and you are implying a general sense thereby, you don't use article before that. See the examples. Children like chocolates. Now you cannot say the children like chocolates, because this is child, children already in plural form and it is representing that general category and that general sense without article please. Another example, computers are used in many offices. So the computers, no need to say that. You don't have to specify. The plural form is the general context of that item. However, there is this exception. That is, When you are talking about some specific children, like this statement points out, where are the children? Thereby you mean children of that family. It doesn't mean the general sense of all children. There you can use this because definite article is to specify things. It can be done here. Next rule, before proper nouns. This is common, like proper noun. The understanding is common that you don't put in this article before that unless the examples that I have given you, the United States of America, the Republic of say Pakistan. But in general, like Islamabad, Pakistan, Ali, no article required before that. Another area, when you see names of meals, you have to be alert. If your examiner places an article before that, that would be incorrect. Unless there is a special exception that we learn right now. When we generally say lunch is ready, breakfast is ready, dinner is ready, that is without article. When do you have lunch? When do you have the lunch? No. When do you have lunch? General sense of meals. However, when you say the breakfast I had at my friend's place was, let's say, sumptuous. Now you are specifying. That specific sense can be done with any noun for that matter, provided there is this context available. Moving to the next area, before languages. This is again favorite with the examiners. They trick you on this area. Normally, any language, it should not have article before it. However, see, like the people of that land, they require article. So this expression aptly tells you what to do. The English speak English. So this is fine because you mean to say people. Here you mean language. Without article it is language. If instead your examiner says English speak the English, that would be incorrect on two accounts. One, because language is being used to refer to individuals, and two, because individuals are being used to refer to language. So no languages should be preceded by articles. Oh, this should be there. The English speak English. The French speak French. That's why if you want to speak English, keep practicing it. Very simple. The more you speak, the better you become. See the next example. This is again tricky area. Before schools, colleges, churches, mosques, bed, table, hospital, market, prison, you don't use article. When you need to refer to them for their primary purpose. This is to be understood. What is the primary purpose? Like when we refer to school, primary purpose is education. College, education. Church, worship. Mosque, worship. Bed, sleep or rest. Table, food. Then hospital, treatment, illness. Market, shopping. Prison, being imprisoned there. So these are the primary purposes. When they are being referred to for their primary purpose, no article is needed. He went to school, understood, for studies. If we instead use he went to the school, now your English speaking individual would be all ears as to what for. So you need to add up, let's say he went to the school to sell samosas, or he went to the mosque to steal a pair of shoes. You don't use it without article when you mean to intend other than primary purpose. Example here is like my friend is still in a hospital. That means getting his treatment. He has not recovered yet. The bed is broken. Otherwise, he is in bed. That means resting. The bed is broken. Now you are giving the secondary purpose, not the rest thing. There you can use this article. If you have problem with regard to this understanding, because this is an important area, you may ask questions. I'll handle afterwards. Moving to the last few, two actually. Before names of relations, it is very important that you don't imply article there. Especially it becomes very troublesome with father. When you say the father, that means finding out or referring to someone specific, though there are others. Very bad. So it should not be the case. Again with relationship, with cook, when I say cook has given notice, that means our cook has given notice. So understood, without article it is used. Father is on sick leave. Obviously, my father is on sick leave. That is the context here. This last category, before nouns denoting a unique position, a sort of rank or title where one individual only rules for that given time. So one particular time, one person, like chairman, principal, president, prime minister, you use that without article, as is the example here. He became principal of Saint Xavier College. You don't say he became the principal of Saint Xavier. Though principal common noun in singular capacity, general statement is that with all common nouns in singular capacity, you need to use article. But these are the exceptions. I personally believe that this has given you an exhaustive study as to what to do and what not to do, and rest is all up to you. Practice, that makes you perfect. Till next time, Allah Hafiz.